Hey folks, Practical Prepper 001 here. What you saw in the beginning of the video is a catch tube, 4 foot long, and that's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to show you how to make one. Okay, in this case, we're going to use a 4-inch PVC pipe, like you see here. Now, I went to my local home improvement store, and I got me this is the end cap. Now, this comes in 2 sections. Now this cap should fit in there, but when I bought it, I didn't check, and I didn't realize that the opening that goes in the tube in the PVC pipe is the same size, so I had to buy an adapter. As you can see here, you fit the adapter over it, then you put the other end on it, and then of course you put on the screw lid. Now the same thing, just pretend that this is the other end, and that's the bottom cap. Now I'm going to give you a rundown what a catch tube is for. You can make them any length you want. What you got to keep in mind is when let's say like the one outside, the 4 foot long, they usually you're gonna bury them what do you call vertical, not horizontal. You're gonna vertical. So just for that 4-inch hole, your average post hole digger is not gonna go deeper than maybe 2 or 2.5 feet. If you're lucky, 3 feet. So you're gonna have to dig around and dig around until. Now, you can store just about anything, that you can fit in here. I mean, you can put a small handgun, you could put ammunition, obviously. You could put food, you can knives, tools, money. I mean, whatever you could think of. I recommend you use PVC cement. It's gonna give you a tight fit, and no water's gonna get in there. Now on the screw, if you seal it, that's gonna be, I mean, if you seal it in the sense that with cement, that's gonna be almost next to impossible to open. You don't have to break it. So all I want really is a good waterproof seal. So I read, I saw a video or read somewhere else to use grease, just regular grease, that way it's easier to screw on and off, and it makes sense to me. I mean, when you bury this in the ground, all you have is a little 4-inch diameter, which also keep in mind that you have to make sure you know where you buried it. If not, you're never gonna find it. Now the one I built outside, this one primarily I just did it for the fun of it, and I also I mean, I can use it, don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't have painted it so nice and fancy, and I was just messing around, and it just looks cool. Of course I want to put some stuff in it in the store, like him. It's endless what you can prepare ahead of time, so when you need it, let's say you got to bug out and you got to run, and for whatever reason you don't have transportation, or your plans didn't anticipate the situation you're gonna be in. So that's the reason you gotta, that's what cache all these tubes are for. Now back to how to. I got a 10-foot section. I made one that's 48 inches, 4 feet outside. To cut it, I mean, it's nothing to it. You put some tape around the edge. You measure the length that you want it to be, and you sew it off. It's not rocket science. Here they are side by side. So you have the white PVC is 6 feet long, and the other one is 4. Oh, another thing, before I forget to mention this, I mean, when you bury this, more than likely the tube is going to stay buried. So keep in mind, whatever you put in here, you got to have a way of being able to take it out. And you really don't want to go through the whole hassle again of digging a hole, which is going to be, 10 times bigger than the 4 inches, just to get the whole tube out. So what I suggest, let's say you put 4 or 5 different items inside, whatever, put them in bags, put a rope, have a means that whatever, the rope is, you're going to overhang it over the edge, and you keep stuff inside. And every separate bag or whatever item that you have in there, has its own rope, so you're able to, take them all out one by one. That's just a suggestion. Keep that in mind. These tubes are great for the money. It's like insurance. Like it says there, SHTF insurance, And it's customized. Whatever you need, that's what you put in there. So now, as far as if you have any questions, how I made the patterns and just wanna show you. Let me give you a real quick. See, what I did is I printed this template, then I cut it out on top of a cardboard. I made a stencil out of it. I got some camel paint, different colors and stuff, and I used tape. And then for the, that's where I painted that. Now for the, for the stencil, the lettering, I just bought a regular, I think like, $4 or $5, SHTF, see, more cardboard and paper that I used to glue. Not glue, Jesus, to tape around while I spray paint it. And this pattern here, the little polka dots or screen I use. What else? A screen. You just put this over and you spray paint, and when you pull out, there it is. You can also use stockings or fishnet stockings, or even a small net, and it'll be just the same, and it'll work. And I think it gives it kind of like a cool look, And the reason I use this bright neon yellow, so it looks a little bit like a biohazard type of thing. Just to go with the theme. I think it came out pretty nice. Probably put it in my office. Anyways, I figure you guys will get a kick out of this. So this is a Practical Prepper 001. Out of sight, not out of mind. Take care, guys.